Super Bowl past part one of a two-part program dropping tomorrow in Madden Ultimate Team. I'll be honest, the MCS stream felt a bit rushed when they were explaining all of these cards and how the whole program structure works, so bear with me. I'm going to try to explain these cards as easy as possible to understand. Let's get right into it. Starting out, there are two welcome pack players. They're going to start at 86 overall. You can upgrade them to 93 overall using upgrade tokens you'll probably get from solos and objectives through the field pass. And then to get them to 95 overall, you're going to have to use a 95 overall champion that you can just buy from the auction house, put into the card, gets your card to 95. I assume you'll be able to take that card out, sell it whenever you want to. The two welcome pack items are a Trent Williams, again goes to 95 overall. It also will have a discounted ability bucket, although they did not mention what the discounted abilities are. But Trent Williams is your first welcome pack player, and then your second welcome pack player is Devin White. Another thing to note, and this is actually going to go alongside every single 95 overall champion shown today, they are going to have different overall versions, very similar to like an old school power-up system. So there's going to be, I believe, an 86 overall version, an 89 overall version, and a 92 overall version. When you put all the versions into the card, they unlock not only stat boosts for that specific card, but also other discounted abilities. It's, again, a bit confusing. I don't think that's the case with the welcome pack players because you just upgraded through tokens, but that's what was explained on the broadcast. But that's the welcome pack cards. Again, Trent Williams and Devin White. You can get to 95 overall. Pretty good cards. They might be able to get +1 speed, so Devin White might actually have 97 speed. Again, I'm not too sure about the welcome pack items. But now getting to the champions, it's a bit more clear on what their actual stats will be. For every single one of the champions and LTDs, you can add +1 speed to the card. Again, if you get the lower overall versions of these cards, it's pretty much an old school power-up system. Even the power-up logo is on the card. You'll be able to add, for example, Steve Young is the first champion. If you put the 85 overall upgrade into the card, you get +1 speed and the Truz ability for 2 AP. If you put the 89 overall version on top of the 85, again, you could put all three. You get +1 awareness and Hot Route Master for 1 AP. And then if you put the 92 overall version, you get +1 throw power and Set Feet Lead for 3 AP. You guys see how that whole system works. So if you get all the baby versions of these players and you put them into the card, it won't make them like BN, or it make the card technically BND, but you'll be able to take the cards out of the 95, sell them back whenever you want. If you're confused on that, these cards overall, again, all together are really, really good. We're getting, I believe it's almost 10 champions and 4 LTDs. But yeah, Steve Young, your first champion. Next up, again, I'm kind of going player by player here. We have Reggie Wayne. Again, you could pretty much just add, assume you're going to add +1 speed to this card. So he has 97 speed, even if you only just upgrade or put the 85 overall into his 95. He gets mid and elite for 0 AP, red zone threat for 0 AP, and rack him up for 2 AP. They seem to go with the third tier upgrade is going to be an X Factor as an ability. Reggie Wayne has rack him up for 2 AP, so pretty good card there too. DeMarcus Ware will have 94 speed, and his discounted abilities are double or nothing for 1 AP, defensive rally for 0 AP, and unstoppable force for 4 AP. Again, I don't know if you're able to get, I assume you'll be able to use all those abilities all discounted in like 3 separate buckets, but it might only be you choose one of the 3 abilities that they kind of show you get with the upgrade path. Wasn't really explain the greatest. We'll know fully tomorrow morning. But that is DeMarcus Ware. Deion Sanders, another Cowboy. Again, he's going to have 97 speed with the speed boost on his card. His discounted abilities, Pick Artist for 0 AP, Deep Out Zone for 1 AP, and then Universal Coverage for 3 AP. Universal Coverage is Deep Out Zone KO and all other zone KOs, as well as all other man KOs. So Universal Coverage and Pick Artist will be the common, I'm assuming, ability stack for Deion Sanders. Going to be the only DB in the game with universal coverage. Again, that is a passive X Factor that is on the entire time. Gonna be the best DB in the game, hands down, not even close. Next up, we got Nitki. He's going to have, what's his speed gonna be at? 96. 96 speed for Nitki. He gets Pick Artist for 0 AP. Run Stuffer, that's his X Factor for 2 AP. And Mid Zone for 0 AP. So, again, if you can stack both Mid Zone and Pick Artist, maybe I would have liked it to be Lurk Artist, but if you could stack those two abilities, That's really good. Run stuffer, in my opinion, not good of ability, nowhere near worth 2 AP, but pick artist in mid zone on a 6'3", 96 speed user, really, really good card there too. Next up, we've got John Lynch, a 6'2", 220-pound safety. His discounted buckets, and he's going to have 96 speed with the +1 boost. He's going to have mid zone KO for 1 AP, pick artist for 0 AP, and his passive X factor for 2 AP is Avalanche. We'll see. It's on Brian Cushing, I believe, for 3 AP, an AK icon. We'll have to see how it works on John Lynch if those boomsticks are truly connecting to force automatic fumbles. Next up is a unique card. It's Larry Little. He's an offensive lineman. Few things different about him. He actually has just all day baked on for 0 AP on the card, which will increase to 1 AP on February the 13th. So that's a few days after the Super Bowl. His speed boost is actually +4 speed, +4 acceleration. His discounted ability buckets are natural talent, so on top of the all day, natural talent for 0 AP, identifier for 0 AP, and secure protector for 1 AP. So overall, again, that almost makes me feel like those aren't gonna be able to use them all. Like you're probably only be able to choose one. We'll see. We'll see. These might be again, we kind of knew this was going to happen with the Super Bowl concept, but these might be the greatest cards. And it seems like they're going to stay on these cards past the 13th. Like the all day one is just the only one that's getting upgraded in AP on the 13th. Maybe they all upgrade to 1 or 2 AP on the 13th. We'll see if February that is. But these cards look god tier, similar to the Super Bowl promo from last year. Next up, Jamal Lewis, running back. He's going to have 96 speed, so, not the fastest running back even in the game right now, but what he does get, 0 AP Jet Energizer, 0 AP running back apprentice, and a 2 AP wrecking ball, which I believe is the first juke stiff arm or truck is a successful. Again, it's an X factor. It's not freight train. You're not going to break every tackle automatically, which we'll probably end up getting a running back in this program that has that, especially for part 2. Maybe an Isaiah Pacheco, Saquon Barkley, Kareem Hunt. That will be a scary card if we do end up getting that. But those are all your 95 overall champions. For your LTDs, they're not going to have the 85, 89, and 92 overall versions of their card. Instead, you're going to upgrade them with training. I would assume it's going to be a pretty significant amount of training, probably going to be around the 100K coin mark of training. Maybe you want to go out and pick up some training prior to this, but these are LTDs. They're probably going to be 7 million coins each, so I guess the demand for training won't be a lot, but we are getting 4 LTDs. So first up, we are getting Ronnie Lott. Now, they mentioned these cards are getting 3 discounted ability buckets. We don't know the abilities, but again, they all are going to have that +1 speed, so we could just go on the bright side. Ronnie Lott is going to have 97 speed, 6-foot safety. Niners, Raiders, Jets theme teams for him. Cooper Kupp, the LTD, he will also have, I believe, yes, 97 speed with his fully upgraded LTD version with training. I really wish they would have showed us the, the discounted ability buckets for these cards because, Lord knows they are going to be 4 or 5 million coins each. So I would like to know the discounted abilities on these cards. Rob Gronkowski, honestly, this card I don't think is that good. He has a 96 speed, very similar card to like George Kittle, Zero Chill we got. But again, those 3 discounted buckets, I assume one of the buckets is going to have like 0 AP abilities to choose from. But that's that. And then the final LTD is Mean Joe Green. Honestly, his speed is only 88 or 89. The big thing though is his acceleration is 98. So getting off the ball, he's going to be one of the best defensive linemen in the game. I guess one other note that I want to look at that wasn't mentioned. Oh no, one thing also I forgot to mention. Here we go. Let me go back, or let me get the cards up. There are 4 mystery players. They talked about how these cards are available in packs. I don't know if they'll be like pack specific. Maybe they are BND. I hope you'll be able to buy them on the auction house. They're going to just be 78 overall cards that will upgrade to 95 overall on the 11th of February. So 2 days after the Super Bowl, that'll be on a Tuesday. And there are 4 different versions of these cards. There is I believe a quarterback, an outside linebacker, a running back, and a corner. Each card has like a specific thing that's going to make them special. The quarterback, I believe, comes with every single NFL team chem ×3. The Juggernaut champion is, I want to say, the outside linebacker. He comes with multiple discounted abilities. but they can't be removed. I think that they're all 0 AP abilities, but you can't remove them. The discount champion is, I want to say, the running back. It might be the corner, though. It might be the corner. One of them comes with an unstoppable force X factor. Maybe that's the outside linebacker. That's probably the outside linebacker. The 3 discounted ability buckets is the corner. And I think the multiple discounted ability buckets is the running back. Again, we'll see. We're not really going to talk much about these cards. They'll become more relevant, I would say, closer to the Super Bowl. But for right now, look for them in packs. And we'll see if they end up being on the auction house and they actually have a market for these cards at only 78 overall. We'll see if they have like LTD-esque pull rates or if they're like 78 overall pull rates. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow. Before we actually get into Madden Ultimate Team, one last thing I want to talk about, because MuttLeaks put this out the other day, revolving around the Super Bowl content, and I don't really know exactly where this falls in line. They might have mentioned this for 1 or 2 cards in the reveal stream. Again, it was a very, like, I'm not kidding, it all happened in like a snap of the finger, and the reveal part of the MCS broadcast was over. But there seems to be temporary kind of pre-lit X Factors. Again, I don't know if these are going to be on the champions. They might be on the LTDs for all I know. We'll see how these fall into place once content is actually dropped. Maybe these are just for part 2 champions or the present version of the Super Bowl content, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. That, again, these aren't like abilities. Like, I know these cards are getting a passive X Factors as abilities. These are quite clearly going to be X Factors that start on for, I don't either know, it's a certain amount of plays or something, and they have like a special Super Bowl X Factor named them. We'll see how these fall into place, but that is another thing to note with the Super Bowl content. And I guess quickly we could just talk about some leaks before we get into Calvin Johnson. Looks to be the top 100 reward for the next ranked session. Legends, we went over this, but Christian Okoye is the LTD, and then some other stuff. Season 6 is called Record Breakers. Real Deals, Ultimate Legends. Michael Penix is another ranked reward. And yeah, that's about it. Let's actually now hop in to Madden Ultimate Team real quick. Actually, we got to run the Coin Bible ad. Give me 1 second. If you want extended coverage of the market and how I make my coins, subscribe to the Coin Bible exclusively on Team Get Lucky, link in the description. Alright, but I actually re-recorded this part of the video because I ended up yapping a little bit too long, and I didn't want this video to drag too much. There's just a few real notes I need to make. First up, roster revolutions, man. What are y'all doing with this content? I mean, it's utter dog shit. Like, utter dog shit. My biggest complaint, and this goes with, like, all theme team base, for some reason, right, when TJ mentions the term theme team when releasing content, that seems to be code for, we're gonna make the cards slow for no reason, and if you want to make them relevant cards in the game, you're gonna have to run a 40-40 theme team. So, you know, Trey McBride, yeah, he might have 95 speed on a Cardinals 40 out of 40 theme team, but, you know, we're gonna give him stock 93 speed. What should happen is he should have 95 speed. If you run a Cardinals theme team, he becomes the best tight end in the game, right? That's the benefit. That's always been the perks of running a theme team, especially for your favorite team. I'm seeing cards like DJ Moore, who should have 96, 97 speed stock. And if you run a Bears or Panthers theme team, he's 99 speed. But he's got 94, bro, dog, we got 94 speed receivers in like late November. We're in late January now. Just because it's a theme team player-based content doesn't mean you should make the cards super slow. So yeah, they're going to be used on theme teams, but like, dog, the whole point of a theme team is to make the cards very fast. I just want to get that out the way. They're ruining roster evolution content because they're purposely making these cards slow because it's theme team oriented content. It's really, really dumb. Make the cards fast, and if people want to run their favorite teams, you know, have those cards be really, really fast. That's the whole point of running a theme team. But when it comes to the Super Bowl content, one thing I actually forgot to do this in both takes. We have the head-to-head season rewards. It's a little event. Let me bring up the screenshots up on my screen so I can tell you them really, really quick. It's very similar to the head-to-head event from last year in the Super Bowl. I'm assuming it's going to be no elo, so the matchmaking should be random. So you should be not playing too many sweats within the mode. Although, honestly, the only people still playing Madden Ultimate Team are going to be pretty diehard at this stage of the game. But it's a 4-game event, so if you go 4-0, you get a minimum of 35,000 coins, and then you get like the Super Bowl 4 win reward pack. Think of the, the draft event where if you go 4-0, you get the 4-win draft reward. And that does change depending on how many times you have gone 4-0. So for the first 5 times, there are exclusive rewards, with pretty much just meaning the coin pack that you get goes up. So, for the best reward you can get for going 4-0 5 times, you're going to get, I believe, a minimum. It looks like a 100. It's like, what, 155K, upwards of 365K or 375K, depending on how lucky you get in that 5th Super Bowl run win pack. And then the one that you could just repeat over and over again is an extra 30 to 85K. So at minimum, right, if you go 4-0 over 6 times, and every time after that, you'll get either a minimum of 65K and a maximum of 120K, I believe. I don't know how those compare to last year's, but I think it's pretty similar. Again, what should help is the no elo, right? The head-to-head playoff event was really, really cool, but the matchmaking was very, very strict, and it was very hard to win a Super Bowl in that event, albeit the rewards were really, really good. The card A.J. Brown was going for 1.8 million coins, right? Stuff like that. But this event, while the rewards or the strict coins might be a little bit down, the elo and the matchmaking should be a bit easier. So it should be a bit more of a casual head-to-head experience, which is kind of good. We want to see that, especially with the new ranked session coming out. If you want to sweat, go to ranked. If you kind of just want to chill, probably the Super Bowl head-to-head event is hopefully your pathway to that. Only other thing I have about the Super Bowl promo, let me know down below your thoughts on the content, is I'm a bit worried about the price of the 92 overall and really all the lower overall versions of Super Bowl content, because not only they didn't show the champion sets, we can assume what the champion sets are. Not only are 92 overall Super Bowl cards going to be used as the main part to build a 95 overall champion, which is a god tier card in itself, right? If you want to power up the card and get it fully upgraded to its best possible version, you're also going to need those 92 overall Super Bowl cards. So I don't want to say like they're going to go, these 92 Super Bowl cards from my market perspective, they're going to be pretty expensive. I mean, if we just look at 92 overall cards right now, they're actually down a little bit today, right? They're going for like 95K. I think these might go up a little bit. I think the bulk of the set, very similar to the the Zero Chill program, where if y'all remember the 90 overall Zero Chill cards were going for like 170K. I could see the 92 overall Super Bowl cards going for like 150, right? Similar to like the AK Icon 91 overall cards that we got this past week. I think these cards probably go for 150K just because their demand not only are going to be used to build the sets, but you're going to need them to fully power up those cards, which, again, on the other side of the set, right, that any 92 overall, where you only need 2 of them, those cards might not have the chance to go up a ton because the bulk of that, cost of the set is simply in the 92 overall Super Bowl cards. But we'll see. Also, right, potential maybe, just maybe, for a training reroll, mainly because if you want to get the +1 speed on your respective champion, you need their 85 overall version, which is the lowest overall version. Whenever the lowest overall you can pull in a reroll has demand and is in high value, that actually tends to be a pretty good reroll. So it might be an opportunity maybe in the first few hours, I would say, to roll with your loss not being that bad, and then potentially you pull a champion or an LTD, but we all know those odds are really, really bad. Just throwing it out there. I'm trying to get the vibes up. I'm trying to get the hopes up of the Madden Ultimate Team community. Overall, this promo does look pretty cool. I would say I'll give EA credit. They did roster evolutions terribly with the cards, and their playoff content for pretty much the entire month of January. I've been severely underwhelmed by the content, starting with Campus Heroes, but it looks like the Super Bowl cards are going to be, S tier. They're going to be really good. The only other thing, too, is, like I mentioned, how you're going to need to power them up. If you're going to want the full upgraded versions of these cards, they're going to be very expensive. So hopefully, again, I will always say, I don't recommend spending money on this game, but hopefully EA puts some really good offers in the store tomorrow that make people buy packs and, end up lowering the cost overall of the Super Bowl content. Because as it looks right now, if you want a fully upgraded champion, you're probably looking at 800, 900K minimum, maybe even 1 million coins. Not fully like Genkai Force of Madden 24, but needing all the baby versions of these cards, it's a cool twist. I feel like it's just unnecessary added cost to the card. Like, why can't that just be built into the card? Why do you have to do that and just add on like an extra 200, 300K that you gotta just like fork up to have the best version of the card. I almost feel like it's unnecessary, but I guess it's them trying to be unique with their content. But yeah, I feel like they're almost at this point running out of ideas. But the Super Bowl content, you know what? I'll be happy. I'll be happy for it. It's the best overall cards we've gotten since Zero Chill. So we'll have to wait and see how they do again all the ability buckets tomorrow. How many of these discounted abilities can we actually get on the cards? I'm excited to buy back portions of my team. But that's all for this video today. Again, I don't think I'll be able to drop the video, market-related video that I've been kind of planning every week later this week. I'm just still under the weather a little bit for my surgery. The painkillers got my head in a loop, and I don't have the energy to do much right now to even play the game. Hence why I sold my team, because I have not been on the game except for the market for like the last week and a half. I just don't, it's not in me right now. Not really because the game's bad, but I don't got the energy, so I probably have to delay the first iteration of a new market series another week until I have the energy to do so. I will see you guys all, though, probably on Monday for Market Monday, and until then, peace.